All right, well, welcome back to another West Ham Hammers Academy FIFA preview here with myself and Henry. Henry, how are you doing, sir?
I'm very good. Looking forward to the match tomorrow. Despite the sort of unfortunate result we had against United, I'm feeling cautiously optimistic against Leeds.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way. And we were just saying previously that it's kind of nice to see Leeds back in the Premier League. They're one of those sort of historic clubs that have very good reason to be in the Premier League. So it's nice to see them get back into the top flight here, and we'll see exactly how West Ham gets on with the match. Now I'm set up in a 4-4-2, based off of the team that Bielsa has confirmed days early on his press conference with all the injury issues with Leeds. So do you think that this team's actually gonna work out the way he says it is?
Um, I can imagine him almost trying to double bluff, being like, if I say this team, Moyes might expect something else because he wouldn't expect me to just name out my starting 11 2, 3 days before the game. But then
I
again, you never know. Like he could just be trying to be a bit tricky. He also has got that history of being a bit tricky with other managers after Spygate against Lampard.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was just gonna say that. Oh
Oh,
my goodness, Allaire with the goal there. I, that's a very Sebastian Allaire goal too, isn't it? The sort of scissor kick half volley there.
yeah, I think everyone would be very happy if he did that early on against Leeds on Friday.
I think that's very similar to the goal that he scored. Was it against Bournemouth last season?
Yeah, slightly less spectacular, but still a good finish.
Yeah. Yeah. So the team that I have set up here is off of Bielsa's recommendation. I'm sort of down the. I'm down with the idea of him just saying basically this is our team. Maybe let them overthink it. But the injuries are what they are, and Leeds will probably be starting not a center back at center back, and it seems like that's going to be Ailing, their left back. Sorry, sorry, their their left back who's going to come into the center back core. But Bielsa did say the player that's going to be replacing, I think it's Robin Koch, is Marino, as we may better know him. The striker. Oh my gosh, it's 2-0. Allaire with Allaire at the double, 17 and a half minutes in.
If Hannah turns up
Rodrigo,
like this, it's going to be great.
you know what? I'd be down for it. And there's Socek coming in. Uh, yeah, Rodrigo, their new striker they got from La Liga in the summer transfer window. So it looks like they'll be changing up their formation. Their left winger or left midfielder is going to be switching to left back, and their right back will be moving to or left back will be moving to right back in this huge jumble. And as we can see, it's creating a lot of issues down this left side here as Mazuaku gets forward with relative ease. Um, Now, you had a decision to make when you set up your team, and that was at left wing, right?
Yes, it
What'd you
was.
end up going with here?
I ended up going with 4 hours because I just think Moyes is a bit stuck in his ways about the team. I think one result against United, which arguably we could have won 4-0 if we'd put away our chances, isn't going to make him drop players too drastically. I mean, the game against United, you could argue, was almost a free hit. Hopefully, Bamford
There's
doesn't do that.
Bamford coming through.
Because
You
of
can tell
how,
it's Bamford by the size of his hair, by the way.
yeah, but because of the way we've been
Anyways, go ahead.
playing and we've had a good start to the season, the game against United was sort of a free hit. Like, I think anything we got would have been a complete bonus to what you'd expect to get when you usually play against United. I still think we were desperately unlucky not to even get a draw for our first 60 minutes performance of the match. But I don't think he's going to change the team too much around. I think if we lose to Leeds, then that's when you'll see changes to the starting 11 happen, because that's sort of more our level of and team we would expect to get points off of. Our Balbrain has been caught there. Oggy.
Oh, what a great tackle, though. I see what you're saying there. To me, my thought is maybe David Moyes has been looking for a reason to change the team, but with the boys, firing away as they have been, you can't really change a winning team, even if those wins and results have been coming off of the back of Jared Bowen.
Oh,
Jeez, what a rocket! Even if those results have been coming off the back of Saeed Benrahma coming off the bench to inspire some offense, especially against Aston Villa, where Bowen actually got that goal. So I think we're gonna see Saeed Benrahma start, and I think the justification, even furthermore about quote unquote punishing Fornals by dropping him, is going to basically be, um, we're looking for a player who's going to stay wide and be a more traditional winger, which Fornals obviously isn't, in order to try and get the most out of Allaire in a situation where you could be going up against, not a center back at center back, and you could take advantage of that matchup there. That's my thinking, anyways. But also, you never change a winning team. Now you have the opportunity to see what you've got, and you have the winter uh, congestion coming up as well. So you could also be justified in maybe resting players ahead of the fixture list that gets a little bit clogged in the next couple weeks here, right?
yeah, I think if I was a manager, I think it'd be the perfect opportunity to give Ben Ryan his first start. Before, as you say, like the fixture congestion that's about to happen, where he will get a start over the Christmas period. Because if we play all of our starting 11 that we're used to in every game until the new year, we're going to be absolutely knackered for the second half of the season. So I'm sure Ben Rama will get a start soon. I'd like to see him have a start. Oh,
Oh my goodness, the first half hat trick by Allaire here. What a rocket that was too.
he's got the cross irons for the celebration.
Oh, I love it.
But like, I'm sure Ben Rama will get a start in December. Otherwise, we're just going to be knackered by the end of the month. And I think Leeds would be the perfect time to give him that start before the run-in sort of happens. And then you've got Fornals will be fully rested because he's played a lot of football since Project Restart happened. And yeah, so it would just be good to see.
Didn't have to do me like that with the dribble.
It would just be good to see Ben Rama get his start. Oh, and
I think I fouled you there. I was trying to. Oh no, get the corner.
it'd be good to see
Um,
him get that start and Fornals at least get a rest. So then, if Ben Rama doesn't press how everyone wants him to, you've got a fit, fresh, ready Fornals to come back into the starting 11.
okay, and I think that's justified. Now you've said this would be the perfect opportunity. I don't know if you've outright said if you would or not, but would you start Ben Rama in this match?
If I was the manager, I'd go Ben Rama.
Okay.
Speaking of which, I might
Now,
I might do a very unmoisy thing and bring him on at half time.
hey, he did it. He did it against Aston Villa.
I'm thinking Fornals,
I would back
he,
that.
he did well during that first half. I think he got an assist, but we'll see what Ben Rama can do in the second half.
Okay. Maybe this is our feeling out period. Maybe this is how David Moyes picks his teams.
Yeah, whoever does better in their 45 minutes gets the starting. If Jack
He plays a
Sullivan's
FIFA match.
yeah, if Jack Sullivan's still involved, then we can sort of count that as probably what does happen.
Good lord. Are you feeling confident ahead of this match? I know the injuries do make it a little bit more appetizing, but I favored West Ham to win regardless of any sort of defensive malfunctions that Leeds may have actually been on about here. So what do you think?
Um, the newly promoted side, you'd like to think we'd do well. We did well against newly promoted sides last season overall. So you'd like to think we can sort of make our experience count. But Leeds, you don't really know what side's going to turn up. They've had some really like mixed results, looked quite poor at times, like they've just been caught out against other teams. But then again, against other sides like Villa, they've played exceptionally well and got some really impressive points. So it's really tricky to call. I think we've got enough quality to get a result against Leeds if we play to our full potential. It's just whether or not we turn up with the hunger to do it, which you'd hope we do after having the disappointing loss against United, that we could bounce back.
And you know what? I wrote an article for Green Street Hammers today, actually, as we're recording this, about 5 things to watch for in this match. And one of the last point, I think it's maybe the most important one, is, Aaron Cresswell recently stayed in 6 years at the club. There's never been this type of togetherness, and that sort of translates hopefully to belief in the squad. And I think to really prove that to everybody would be to come out and, condemn that defensive second half performance by showing that it was a fluke. Oh man, I'm gonna get run over here. Oh,
If
hilarious.
Haller, what will
With
the
four.
fans think if Haller gets 4 goals against Leeds?
I mean, build the statue, name the last stand after him. What do you want? Name the bridge after him. What's it gonna be?
I think you'll have some people saying that, and you'll have a lot of people saying, "Oh, he got lucky. Still sell him. Still start Antonio as soon as he's back fit again."
Oh, Leeds didn't have a center back. That's why he scored all those goals.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I
stat
do.
padding.
Do you think Galler's been necessarily poor in Antonio's? Oh, geez, that was poor in Antonio's absence.
I don't think he has. I think he gets so much unfair criticism because he's not as quick as Antonio and doesn't do as much sort of chasing down lost causes. And I wrote an article for Green Street House as well saying I think he's the most divisive player West Ham have had in I don't know how long, because people don't really know what to make of him in terms of if he's playing well or not. Like, no one would have, Andy Carroll would have got the criticism he gets, even though they play a similar game in terms of their pressing nature, because no one would have expected Andy Carroll to do it, because everyone knows what Andy Carroll is about, because he's a British, old-fashioned target man. Whereas Haller is a target man, but because he cost us £45 million
Oh,
and
unlucky.
is French ivory and coming from the Bundesliga, people expect him to be able to play a game that maybe he's not capable of. It doesn't suggest that the transfer was a good one to make, because it shows probably a lack of scouting and a lack of ability to fit our system. But I still think he's a good
But to be fair, he
player.
was brought in a different system, right?
Yeah, he was, and he did all right in that system early on for Pellegrini. People sort of forget that when he first sort of popped up with his goals against Norwich and Watford, everyone was thinking he was fantastic.
And he was scoring striker goals, like those anticipation slides in front of the net. I think it was against Watford where he really showed off that like striker sense. Oh man, that's a messy one. You know what? Take the foul. We'll move forward here. But yeah, he was scoring striker and center forward type goals where it's anticipatory and he's got deadly finishing. But coming off of that miss after he dribbled around Dean Henderson, he needs to get that confidence back.
I think he was really unlucky with that miss. Like, I honestly believe like his foot just got stuck in the ground, and it's sort of always that way of when things are going against you, you can. It always just sort of compounds even more.
Oh my goodness, why did that save have to be made? Yeah, I think you're right too. Like it's almost like the pressure made that happen.
Yeah, of all the people it would
Because
happen to, it would have happened to him.
and realistically, like that's such an unbelievable bit of skill to get around Henderson, but you never think that he's gonna toe hack himself into the ground.
No, he did everything right in that move, and then literally just got caught by his studs. Like, it's so unfortunate. The same,
And
the same
it would
sort of,
never happen. If you-
yeah. I
Go ahead, yeah.
was gonna say like the same with a lot of the chances we missed that like a lot of people got criticised for. Like, I thought were unfortunate or maybe a bit harsh. Like, Fornals' header at the back post, I thought was an incredibly hard chance to get, even though how it looked. Like,
Go out, go out, go out.
he's not someone who's going to win headers or score that many headers with his height and his physicality. It's not a part of his game. Like, if that had been Haller, it'd been a different point to sort of criticise. And
I agree.
when he hit the post, like, it very easily could have gone in the other way. Like, I think it's just like unfortunate, as Haller getting stuck in the ground was unfortunate, rather than poor finishing. Like, I don't think Fornals could have done a lot more with that chance. Like, he struggled to get his toe on it, but he got his toe on it, and um, was unfortunate just to hit like the wrong side of the post. If it goes 2 inches more to the right, it goes in off the post.
What about the Bowen chance? That ball from Soufal was unbelievable, really, and we see it just hit. I mean, he was there. He slid because I think he needed to get around his defender and just directed it wide. Um, and that to me, that was maybe the most unforgivable chance because it's Jared Bowen. You expect him to do that. It was on his actual left foot too. Um, yeah, it just. What do you make of that one? That one just seemed like it was just a bad miss. Nothing else. Nothing to explain on it.
Yeah, for me that was the miss that really cost the team, because it's the player you would expect to finish it the most, and as you say, it's on his favoured left foot.
Oh,
Pretty
terrible
open goal
cross.
when it happened. It did maybe come a bit quick for him. But like I said, like I'd
But
say,
still, he's the star man. You'd expect him to be the guy to actually do that one there.
yeah, exactly. I think that's the key miss in the game compared to the other ones that were unfortunate. I mean, on another day, all of those chances go in, and we go in at half time 4-0 up. It's just sort of
Yeah,
one of
it
those.
just it was just there were so many things that happened that really dictated play opening up in the second half for Manchester United. And you know what? I think if we had gone up 3 or 4 nil in the first half, we wouldn't have seen Rashford and Fernandez come on. I think they would have sort of maybe done more of a they made some more fringe player moves
Damage
and
limitation.
exactly, yeah, and be like, okay, we have Champions League in a couple days. Let's rest these guys further. So I do think that we really allowed that opportunity to slide by there. Score predictions. What are we thinking for this match? What's the scoreline in your head?
I think there's going to be goals on both sides. I'm going to say 3-2 to West Ham.
3-2 was mine as well. So I will move mine, and I'll say 3-1. I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see Leeds putting on more holding midfielders and center backs, or fullbacks to sort of go to three at the back system after some early goals. But I'll say they maybe trade for the first two, and then after that it's going to be like we had said, damage control and a 3-1 win for West Ham. Uh, but we will leave you guys there. This will go live as soon as we can get it out to the YouTube channel, and I think we're both hoping that the scoreline holds true once the actual match kicks off on Friday.
I mean, if it ends 5-1 with Haller with 4 goals, that'd be a pretty good result as well.
I would take that. Yeah, I would definitely take that. But for Henry and myself, this is us signing off here, and we'll see you guys soon.